Last time on Secrets of Monster Island, our monster hunters had escaped the island with the lizard folk and the turtles after becoming enemies of the island. They had headed back to Rivermouth and talked to a few people. Basically rested for a little while, and learned, of course, at the other islands that their history was a bit different than the others. And so they took up their own research and headed to Arlen's monastery to find out information of what their history books say. And their history books spoke of gods that were long forgotten, and one thing that really stood out, an empire. As they stand in this library and do their research and find all these things, what would you guys like to do?
I would like to actually go talk to the head of our order, Mistress Kaylin, and see if she knows anything. I say, Mistress, we found out some disturbing news about us here on this island, that we've come from some other place, and it seemed we had escaped from some evil empire maybe, and there was some talk of a ship crashing from the sky. What is told about this? Do you know anything more?
Our history is, let's just say, complicated. We usually do not teach much about that because it just seems a little unrealistic. I've never heard of a empire as far as I know, but our historians told of it, but it just doesn't seem like something that would make sense. Especially the ship they talk about. In history, they said it was a flying ship.
Right.
Not one that
that's the
goes
only way
on the
that
water.
could have fallen from the sky.
Right. As far as I'm concerned, it's mostly just myth.
But it happened 4,500 years ago, so yeah, it's probably a lot of it's lost to time.
Yes. Let's say even us elves that live 700 years, that was, what, 3, 4, 5 generations ago?
Right.
So,
well,
but anyone is free to know the information. Rivermouth usually steers away from any sort of history like that. They prefer to establish their own type of history, which is why we don't live with them.
Yes. And good that we keep our history here, our tomes here, safe. I'm sorry, Laxdor, what were you saying?
There were names scratched out in the actual tome. Do you happen to know through verbal pass down those names? Only the Lady of the Night is the one that is still there.
Let's see. And you see her look around, and she's, or not look around, but she goes. She says, "Give me a second," and she runs into her room. And
oh, thank God, Laxador's been over here cutting ones, just blowing all the dust out. I've been stepping away. I'm so glad that lady left. Oh my God.
And she returns.
Sorry, when I get nervous, it just
You've been blowing the dust off all the shelves.
They have to get cleaned somehow.
Let's create wind. Special cantrip.
It's gust, okay? It's gust.
Beam your gust is.
It's
hurts.
gusting.
Oh my
all right.
gosh. Yeah, is this really how you want to start off the morning?
It is exactly how we should start off the morning.
Give me 1 second, guys.
We've been eating Dragonborn burritos all night.
That's not her breath weapon.
That's the other end.
Well, it depends on if you hold a match up to it, I guess.
Ah, the Blue Flamers Club.
Here we go. So she returns and she appears to have a book in hand and says, I have copies of the books without them scratched out. I don't know who did that. That is interesting.
Teenagers, probably. They're always defacing books.
Can I insight that?
Give me an insight check.
Well,
She seems trustworthy.
Yeah.
He says the book spoke of let's see here. Dawn, the goddess of new beginnings. Daga, the goddess of daytime. And who we call the mother of the night, Dusk. You said there was a fourth deity?
yeah, they said they
mother of
sprang,
some
yeah,
kind.
that these were the 3 daughters.
She flips to the book and she says, a goddess known as She Who Weeps.
Explains the imagery of them coming from the water. Okay.
Right. And any more on this empire?
Not that I know of, no. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I cannot find anything in this book.
All
about the
right.
Empire.
Well, Mistress, we thank you for your time and yes.
There should be maybe one more thing we should ask, maybe about George.
Okay.
We didn't really peruse the shelves for that information.
That's true. If we have any information on George or the tablets.
Nothing
Okay.
on the shelves about them.
Alaxador, there was Dalvir who wanted to speak to us over in, I'm guessing, what is now being called Cameronville.
Well, I mean, we should cross all those T's before heading out. And speaking, have we decided where we're going? We had several options in front of us.
We did. What were your thoughts?
Well, I mean, obviously, seeking out a dragon would be really, I think, beneficial.
Yes.
But what if they put us to a test? Are we ready for that kind of test that a dragon may give us? Maybe we go deal with, as Yodele put it, the corrupt Fey magic. Or even work our way around to it. So maybe go to the Bat People first.
There was talk about what we might find with the Bat People, that might be the next logical step.
But I mean, any of the 3, definitely a good option. Yuri, any insight or thoughts about which way you'd like to head?
I think the Bat People are the first place that I would go. There's a lot of questions or some queries that I have in my head. So I would say that's where I would want to go first is the bats.
Yodele, how you feel about visiting some bats?
Yeah, that's fine. Fey magic is gross. I don't want to go there.
Yeah. All right. So let's go see the bats, but first let's go visit
Delvir.
Delvir in Cameronville.
So,
Is it Cameronville or Cameronton? Bill.
I mean, currently it's Cameronville, but I don't think it's really like set in stone quite yet. So if you guys want to put in your input, you guys can. But
Oh,
I-
is
I'm
there
pretty
going
sure
to be
it
a
should
vote?
be- I'm pretty sure we should name it Yodelaville.
Beautiful.
Cameron Viltenberg.
But
That rolls
Yodelay's
off the tongue.
not dead. Not yet.
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 The only
Don't
character that
suggest
has not died.
He is actually the only one who's not died yet.
Well, I mean, two of you got brought back by your revivify, so it's a little different. But
Oh yeah, we all three got better.
yeah. I'm not dead. Just a flesh wound.
I don't know why you guys keep putting yourself in death situations. Just switch places with your alternate echo.
I'll work
So-
on that.
Need a friend.
you guys head off to Cameronville. Doesn't take you long. Not a really big island. We've already discussed this. And what you see is what you remember being a bunch of tents and not really permanent homes yet is still a few tents, but it looks like a building or two set up. You see these small walls that looks more like a small fence right now, being built out of wood from the surrounding trees. So what would you guys like to do?
Well, let's go see if we can find Dalvir.
Give me a perception check.
Yes.
It will help with that. I give you guidance.
All right. It'd be 25 plus 4, 29.
29. Wow. Yeah, he stands out like a sore thumb. He is a orc, which are not as common around here, but still fairly common. More common than you find a lizard folk. So, you guys head over to him, and he appears to be just chopping wood right now. And as he sees you, he says, "Ah, monster hunters! Long time no see."
Dalvir, it has been a while, and we've been traveling around and trying to find out more information about this monster hunter, and trying to find out more about this monster king and his goal to take over the islands. We heard that you'd wanted to speak with us.
Yes, that monster king sounds very concerning. I only serve the Stormlord, so I don't really know much about a monster king, so I don't know if I can help you with that, but I can provide you with some information.
Yes.
Recently, I felt the grip of the Stormlord loosening from me, and I think he has found another to serve him.
Somebody else to go after the tablets.
Yes, I believe so.
Ooh, who is it? Because if they go get the tablets, we can just go get them and get the tablet from them.
Let
So
them
much-
do the hard work.
So much easier. You got to think like a supervisor.
Although I know the
Delegate.
Stormlord's goal was only to get the tablets to cause destruction. I do not know if his current goal is still to go after the tablets. So it could have changed, but as far as I'm concerned, whenever he was with me, he just wanted to get the tablets.
Do we know who this other person is?
I have no clue. I have a feeling he wouldn't go after another on this island, though. Just a hunch.
When you were told about the tablets, you were told there was one to the north, correct?
You're talking to you.
I mean, yeah,
Dalvir?
to Dalvir. You when the Stormlord said, "Go gather the tablets," did he give you directions to all of them, or just say,
I-
here's the one, here's the fetch quest, here's the next one, here's the next one?
I knew there were 2 on this island. That's what he was aware of. He was not aware of 4 others that existed.
Wouldn't a god know that?
Not necessarily. Even gods do not know everything about the world.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Obviously, the Stormlord just isn't as good as the Lady of the Night.
Right.
Ooh, shade.
Maybe not. Who knows? He does go on to explain, and he kind of whispers this to you. A long time ago, and the whole reason why I probably went down the path I did was a long time ago I was accused of murder against
Who? Say it. Say it.
against Cole Kindleheart's daughter.
Right.
I do have to say I never
Oh.
did that.
Old Kid Cole?
Old Cole, yes.
Do you have new information about who might have murdered Cole's daughter?
I do not know, but let's just say I never liked Cole. He always seemed kind of interesting, to say the
Yeah,
least.
we're having our doubts about whether or not he was actually a good person. And we don't want to speak ill of the dead, but we're not certain he had everyone's best interests in mind.
I would be worried. I know he had 2 grandkids. Obsidian, and she's into the politics, and she's actually currently the mayor of Cameronville. And Ignition, the leader of the Church of the Magma Lord. I do not believe they have any sort of ill will towards the islands, but just in case, I would be wary.
And I'm sorry, I can't remember her. What was her name again? The leader of Camerville?
Obsidian
Obsidian.
Kindleheart.
Well, that's good to know, and of course, certainly people to keep an eye on. Anything else you guys want to do here?
I'd like to go see Ignition
Okay,
or Obsidian.
Obsidian.
I want to
Since
see.
we're here,
Yeah, I want to see if any of them have perused their late father's stuff. If there's a journal or anything.
Late grandfather.
Late
Yeah.
grandfather. Sorry. Yeah.
Why don't we just go look through his stuff? We can rifle
think-
through his belongings.
I think it's better that we ask permission first, Yodelay.
It's better to ask
Actually-
permission second.
Yodelay, I tell you what. Why don't you send your Echo to go peruse the stuff while we go ask
Yeah.
permission?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. My Echo.
I mean, you could go instead and leave your Echo here with us if that's what you prefer.
yeah, but his echo can go through walls.
Exactly. And I believe, if I remember right, if you're looking and being your Echo from far distance, you become incapacitated, which means you need people to look after you.
Well, sure, if I'm still using my Echo.
But you're leaving an Echo with us. It can't go very far away from you otherwise.
You don't know that. You don't know
You
that.
told us. You told us.
I thought it was 1,000 feet it could go.
It can.
Yeah, now it's 1,000 feet. It used to
Yeah.
only be like 30, I think.
30, yeah.
Yeah, so you can send it quite a ways. So let's go see Obsidian and see what information we can glean
Okay.
from her.
So, she
Which
doesn't.
one of you is dragging me behind you on a litter?
I'll
I think-
throw you on my back.
This is so
He's
humiliating.
tired. He's tired. Just have you ragdolled over the shoulder. He's exhausted. Didn't sleep well. To prepare for this, I will cast guidance. What is your insight, Arlen?
Not good. Oh, +5.
Okay. Then I will cast guidance on you as we go into this conversation, as we're trying to glean information.
All right.
So, you guys enter one of the buildings in Cameronville, and you see like a little in one of the side rooms, like a little dingy sign that says like mayor's office, because it's very clear that they haven't set up that much yet. So there's not really a place to have a mayor's house. Mostly just an office. So
I knock on the door.
And you hear from-
Lady Obsidian, are you in?
Yes, come in.
I come in and bow.
Okay. And she
Sorry
looks you,
to
also says,
intrude.
Monster hunters, welcome. It's been a while.
It has. I come with a bit of an odd request or question for you. Your late grandfather, have you all happened to have gone through his belongings? Did he happen to have any writings or journals?
That would not really be. I know he had them. He journaled his journeys, but I don't think I would have any of them necessarily. I think that would be Ignition that would have that. He didn't really. Let's just say I haven't really had the best relationship with my grandfather whenever he was alive.
Why is that?
Well, let's just say he was a little crazy, a little insane. Everyone deemed him a hero, but I could not see it any other way.
And we're not. We think, as our journeys have transpired, that something happened to him while he was out and about. And we think it shaped everything about him after this incident. And so we're just trying to understand a little bit more about him.
There's Blackstar, you're leading the conversation, so make me an insight check.
Fine, that's why I gave it to Arlen, not myself. Yeah, it's 11.
11? You see she's holding, it looks like by the way she speaks and the way her body language kind of is whenever you start speaking about Cole, she appears to be holding back a little bit of something from you.
Obsidian, we're not trying to besmirch his name or your family's reputation. There are things bigger going on that we are trying to protect everybody from, that we have discovered. If you know anything, please, we implore you to share and know that it goes no further than right here.
Be a persuasion check.
That's a net 20.
That's 20!
The plus 0, so that's a 20 for the cleric.
That is actually exactly what you needed.
Good for you.
As she looks around and she says, Dalvir didn't murder my mother. Cole did. Murdered his own daughter.
After having our conversation just now with Dalvir, I was beginning to suspect that Obsidian. But I don't plan on sharing that further out. He's gotten his second chance, and there's no reason to tarnish one who is not here to defend themselves. But that is why we are looking to figure out. Because from every account we've heard, he was a great man, and then something happened.
I would not go around talking about this too much of anyone. Choose who you speak about this. Because I trust you. I promise you that a lot of the people on the island loved Cole and will probably not agree with you.
No, as I said, this is for us,
Right.
for the broader picture, not to go about besmirching a man who is no longer here, who did great things for our island.
Right. Well, that is really all I know about my grandfather. Ignition raised him till the time he died, or not raised him, but took care of him till the time he died. So that is probably a better person to talk to about it.
So, how was their relationship from your perspective? Did he seem in reverence of your grandfather, or more like you?
Well, my brother did not know my mother. He is younger than me. And she died shortly after he was born. So he did not really get to know her. He has been raised by Cole his whole life, as far as I'm concerned. And that could be worrying. So
Did Yodelay was he able to get into find anything else?
well, I mean,
in
yeah,
a separate room.
Yeah. So Yodelay, make me an investigation check.
I tossed the place, and I wasn't even neat.
Investigation check, Yodelay.
Oh,
There's a reason he tossed the place.
Yeah, you just hear Obsidian say, "That's so." Did you guys hear that? Nah, it must have been my imagination.
we're over the ground. Yeah, no, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, no, you don't find anything here, Yodelay.
Okay, but this is still a good plan for when we get back to port.
Yeah, Rivermouth.
Before we leave, I'm gonna come over to Obsidian, just touch her on the shoulder, and just be like, I know that was tough to share.
Yes, but it needed to be shared. If
If
not, it
you
might
need-
spell more problems in the future.
If you need anything. And I would like to take my left crystal earpiece out.
You be giving
And-
these things away all the time.
and
we're gonna run
break
out.
it in half
Mhm.
if I can, and be like, if you need us, this can get to us. If
Yes.
something happens on the island while we're gone, we trust
will-
you.
I will use it.
You have
and-
earned my trust with sharing that information.
And Yodelay, for your information, I'm pretty sure you picked up literally all the crystals from two guys. I don't think you're going to run out anytime soon.
It was just an indication of how I feel about this lady.
It was just, yeah, Elaxador, are you keeping a list of all the people that we actually can contact through these things?
We only technically have 2 at the moment
Really, who are
because
those?
the other one got destroyed.
For all the
I'm sure
people?
we gave it to
We
him.
gave it to William. We've given it to her.
And
And
the
we
captain.
We gave one to the captain. The captain and her are the only 2 that I know still in existence because William destroyed his one.
And the girl on the other island who's now with us on the ship.
Neil.
Jim?
Jim? Yeah.
You gave one to Jim.
Yeah.
That's what I
So,
said, we might
so we
keep-
have 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will definitely add all those to notes.
Yeah, you can mark those down for me because I'm not gonna keep track of
Yep.
that.
Nope, I got you.
And I think we should give, hopefully, we need to make sure Captain Asmo has one now that he's lost the original.
Yeah, because he lost the original one. I don't think you guys gave him one
Oh,
back.
so we have one not accounted for. I don't like that.
William.
William
had
destroyed.
one.
He destroyed it.
He did destroy it. Okay.
Like
yes.
we were told
right.
specifically that the piece was destroyed.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
Do you
the-
believe
because-
everything you're told?
Well,
we
no,
heard-
it was- no, it-
the DM told us that
Well, not
it
the
was
D-
destroyed.
Not me. It was the gem pieces themselves
gem
that told
pieces.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He
you
actually
believe
just-
what the DM said.
He destroyed it. He destroyed it as we were talking.
Yeah. Because William was in control, not the other guy.
Listen, I was in
The other
Waterdeep
guy.
one time, and I saw these street performers that perform sleight of hand magic, and you don't know what you see when you see it because it could be anything.
So you guys head back to Rivermouth,
Yeah, back to
and so you guys are heading to Ignition to the Church of the Magna Lord.
correct.
Oh, I didn't bring my church clothes.
It's an informal church.
I wouldn't even really call
Woo,
it a church.
shorts.
Well, I mean, it's a bit bigger than, well, actually a lot bigger than your church, Elaxdor, but
Yeah, but it's for a deity that doesn't exist.
it's true. In your
Same
regards,
thing.
it might not be a
Same
church.
thing.
Blasphemer.
So you guys head in, and Ignition says, "Ah, hello there."
Hello, the Ignition. We're back in town for just a short amount of time. And first off, Yodele, are we carrying you and you still doing the look
Hey,
around?
Ignition, I heard that your granddad killed your mom. Is that true?
You say that blatantly? Okay, he goes, no, I did not know that.
Hmm.
I thought we weren't going to tell anybody.
I didn't tell anybody. I asked the question.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
that's
just
not
asking
news.
questions.
Ignition, we are looking for any kind of information that Cole might have had, any kind of diaries or any writings he might have made in his time with Monster Hunters 1.0.
Hmm.
Or after.
Monster.
That's why I figure Yodele was in the other room with his thing.
Maybe an
looking-
investigation check, Yodele.
And if we could give him guidance before he went in.
Yeah. That doesn't matter. Have you rolled above a 6 today, Yodele?
I don't really care that you're. I don't really care for the fact that you're keeping track.
Yeah, no, you can't find anything.
Okay. Anyway, so in Ignition, did Cole leave any kind of writings, any kind of a diary, journal of his travels?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
Would you mind if we peruse his books or library?
I would not.
All right. Let's go check out his personal belongings.
Maybe investigation check.
Who is good at investigation? Anybody?
I get it. I messed up.
No.
You don't have to rub it in.
I'm saying I've only got like a +2. Does anyone have anything better?
I am -1.
I get a
Zero.
0.
Okay.
Arlube has a +2.
Can I get
I
a
will-
guidance?
Yeah, I would definitely give you a guidance.
Okay.
I
here we
would give
go.
you help, but I'm not proficient, so
Yeah,
I'm going to be a
exactly.
hindrance. Oh, jeez.
Well, add the D4.
11.
11? I mean, that's not horrible.
I'm gonna try.
All right. You go try, Arlen.
No, that is a 9.
So did we find anything with an 11?
No.
All right. Okay, we might find out more information later in other ways. For right now, I'd say we get back on the boat. How are we looking for time as far as daylight? Is it near the end of the day? We've already traveled to Cameronville and back.
And
That's
from
probably
the
about-
monastery, so...
Yeah, it's probably about afternoon time.
Yeah, so maybe we need to check in with Asmo and check out with Captain and see how we're looking as far as heading out with the tides and
Yeah.
get him a new crystal. Say, Captain Asmo, how are you doing? Are you recovering?
Hold on one second. He's drunk on the ground right now. No.
Oh,
No.
it's the afternoon. It's
Yeah, it's
5
late.
o'clock somewhere.
Late in the
Are
day
they-
for him.
Arlen, were you just kidnapped from your boat and thrown in a jail cell? And I mean, if he needs to drink to try to cope with it, I mean, we can work with it later. But I mean,
No.
it was less than like 3 hours ago.
That's true, but I died, so
I did too.
yeah. So
Wait, Arlen,
you're-
you died? I thought you just went down.
actually,
die?
I did actually. Did I? Well,
I don't think so. I think you went
I
down.
shouldn't have died though. Anyway, because I have the
Perioptic wound closure.
perioptic wound closure, which should have. But
Brought you
I'm
back
trying to
up.
remember it now. Yeah. Well, no, it just keeps you. It stabilizes you no matter
Yeah.
what.
Right. My computer's freaking out right now. Hold on one second. Okay, so Asmo is not drunk. That was a joke. He appears to be drinking like one whiskey, but he appears to be fine. And he says, "Ah, yes. Probably let's wait till the morning to head out.
Yes.
It's a bit safer during the day, considering how many times that we've had encounters throughout ever since you joined from creatures. That didn't really start till you all arrived.
Don't think it's necessarily us per se.
Right. It's Did you tell Asmo about the tablets? Does he know about that? No, okay. Yeah,
No.
sure. It's just a string of bad luck. Yeah, sure. Anywho, and you kind of see that he kind of has like an ice pack over one of his eyes because it appears to be like kind of bruised. And he just says, "Yeah, I'll be fine. But I need a little bit more rest until the morning, and then I'll be ready to head out, I think."
Well, we have another earpiece for you, so
Oh,
to replace
thank
the
you.
one that was lost, so that way you can get in contact with us. I figure I'm just gonna sleep on the ship here.
Yeah.
Time use it if you get kidnapped.
Yes.
Well, listen.
Instead of just not.
Listen, I wasn't aware that we were made enemies of the state. So I was just on the ground. I was at a party and these guys started taking me and I was like, "Okay, I can take them. I got this." But then there were a bunch of them. And let's just say they knocked me out.
Esmo, we heard there was just 2 of them.
Are you trying to say this is the first time you've been the enemy of the state?
No, multiple times in Rivermouth I've been an enemy of the state. That's besides the point. You don't want to hear about those stories. They're
Actually, I think
of
I
my
think
glory
next
days.
we're when we're out at sea, I would love to hear of the famous tales of Captain Asmo.
You really do not want to hear about the famous tales of Captain Asmo. Yeah, so we'll be free to head out in the morning. For now, just rest up and...
yeah.
I would like to cure
Do you know-
wounds on Captain Asmo, just to try to help with like the swelling and everything, not necessarily for his healing, but just spend that spell slot to try to make him feel a little better.
So he does make him feel a little bit rejuvenated. He says, so that I can plan for the course, where are we heading tonight or tomorrow?
Northwest, I think is what we decided. Yes.
Ah, okay.
Correct.
That island.
Yes. We will head there. I'll chart the course and let the crew know. Yeah, so like Yodel, like right above the reptile island, like you got that one, and then you go up. Yeah, that one. That people. Oh no, not that far up. Just right there.
And then just to the north of us on Rivermouth Island is the Hag Island, correct?
Yes, which I'll have to map out at some point.
Right.
Yeah. And then to the south of us is the island for Chaska.
Yeah, and well, you know that the dragon turtle is there as well as the crystal people. So
Right.
Yeah. And
But
before
that's-
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And before we go, I do want to go talk to Ruth
Okay.
and
Says-
say, Ruth, we're home. Do you want to stay aboard the ship, or do you want, because you can go home now, or you can stay here with us? We would love for you to stay on board with us, but we are back, and you could go back to Cameronville if you wanted to.
Well, I know that it's going to be a tough journey for you all, and I understand that it might get more dangerous as we go on, but it's what my father would call valuable life experience. To learn these things. I've sat in noble courts before and know how those usually work out, and they're very boring. And I'd just rather do something else than just have to worry about the politics and stuff of Rivermouth. People there are boring, I'll be honest with you.
All right.
Kind of don't
Well,
really.
We are
much.
glad to have you here and keep you training to eventually be a powerful piratess.
So, I mean, like, you guys have all been training her, so she's just gonna be like a cleric, ranger, fighter, monk thing.
Yes. It's going to be amazing.
It's gonna be great.
Greatest multi-class ever.
Yep. So,
And
Yeah.
What is the name of the magic user that we keep going to here in Rivermouth?
yeah. I
Magic
used-
Mike's. Magic Mike.
Magic,
No.
no, that's in something
No.
else.
It is. I think it's Lurko.
Alerico, that's right. How do you
Alerico.
spell that?
That's a very good question.
First a lure and then
L-
an Urco.
Learco.
Lurko?
Lurko.
Not a Lurko, it's just Lurko.
Yeah, Lurko Larera.
Did they have a sale on L's?
Apparently. He bought them all.
All right,
Listen, my
Captain.
parents just really liked alliteration.
Yes. Everybody in Dungeons and Dragons does. Just like the Marvel comic book superheroes. So, all right, if there's anything else we need, I say we ship out tomorrow morning.
Yes. Before you do anything, Tua and Jim approach you all, and Jim says that we've not heard much from the Northwestern Island in a while. They used to be our allies. But getting their allyship against Mo'o and the Healing Lagoon might be good, considering I don't know how long Rivermouth has until they attempt an attack of any sort.
And Tua, do you think you might be able to produce another one of your turtle portals to get us to that Northwest Island rather than taking the long way around?
Well, let's just say it took a lot of power to do that, and to do it again would drain both me and Jim a lot. We're currently still kind of a bit weary right now.
But
I think we
if
should
we
use
needed,
those sparingly.
if we needed to get somewhere extremely quickly.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We could, if
We
we have
can
to
use it
escape
again.
for some reason. Yes. Okay. Then I say we just take the long way there and
See,
hope
the
for
only
the best.
repercussions to the portal is that we have to be able to do the ritual. If there is cases where we cannot do it. So, well, I mean, if there's a case like if you were being attacked by another ship and we can't really concentrate on it, then it might be an issue.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So, you all sleep for the night and then head out in the morning.
I'd like to cast clairvoyance before we go to bed.
Okay.
just
Where are you
on-
buoyancing?
not clairvoyance. Sorry, the one where I'm basically
Augury?
checking augury, yeah.
Okay.
And just basically asking whether or not going to the Bat Island first is the right call.
Listen, Elaxador, where do you keep getting all these chicken innards? You
I
seem
have
to have
dragon.
a lot of them.
You
I
don't
have
want to
dragon
know.
bones.
So you're casting augury,
Mhm.
and you're asking. What are you asking again?
I'm asking about our course of action, basically. Going to the Bat Island.
Whether it's wheel or woe.
Yeah.
It is
Do
nothing.
they say it's bat poop crazy?
You get nothing from it.
Oh,
Ooh. That's an interesting, like,
I keep that to myself.
D&D thing.
hmm
Mm.
And then just
Um,
spend a little bit of time praying and contemplating over the information that I was given.
As it
Over the day.
Seems the mother of the night. Maybe an insight check.
Okay.
The mother of the night is lying to you.
Yodelay's on this big craze of gods and mysticals are just kind of
23.
23.
With
a
natural
nat 20.
By the movements of your candles and the getting of nothing from it, you sense that she herself is very unsure of where you need to go. It's not really anything bad. It's just she doesn't know exactly where to go from here.
Okay.
And as you all head out into the sunrise, or sorry, away from the sunrise because you're heading northwest, you all, that's where we'll have to end it.